I'm never not ready.
The wire always goes on your left ear.
Yeah, I know.
Then why do you look at it and look for
5.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Why do you have to look for the L and the R?
Sometimes you
That's
gotta
like
look.
holding up your fucking hands. Dude, I am starving. You are the biggest fucking phony I fucking know. You made breakfast this morning.
Yep.
So in my mind, I go, he's good for a while.
Yeah.
So I don't even like ask if you want to get food because I'm hungry. I go, you know what? That'll be perfect because by the time that we're done with the podcast, assuming that we start around 1-ish,
Yeah.
David will be hungry again. Mm-hmm. We'll grab some food. Probably
Sure.
watch a game maybe.
Yeah.
Who knows what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's going to play Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
But he'll grab food more than likely.
Sure.
I come out here,
Yeah.
bring out the equipment.
Mm-hmm.
You're just snacking on some fucking Denny's.
Yeah.
After you already had breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think that you got breakfast. Did you get breakfast food from Denny's?
Yeah, I got a super bird. So it was a turkey sandwich and fries.
Which is bad.
Okay.
That's annoying, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starving now.
Okay.
Because all I've had is ghost pepper salsa and chips.
You didn't have anything yesterday?
No.
You didn't eat anything when you got home?
Mm-mm.
Let me tell you why I did it. 1, I was hungry.
Okay.
And 2, if I would have finished the food before you came out, which I was kind of banking on, I really just didn't think you were going to start getting ready until 2 o'clock. It wouldn't have been an issue.
Why didn't you just wait? Why didn't you ask me?
Didn't want to.
You hungry?
Just wanted to get food. I didn't want to go through the rigmarole. I was like, oh, I'm kind of hungry now.
What?
Just
No.
Just.
Hey, no. Don't do that.
What?
Don't just throw a word that you've never used
Rigmarole?
before. Yeah, and act like that's normal.
Yeah, I just didn't want to go through the whole process. I just wanted to get something real quick.
Yeah, but what's the rigor mortis thing? What was that about?
The rigmarole?
Yeah.
I didn't want to go through the hassle of...
That's not a word.
Yeah, it is. Rigmarole?
No.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Who told you that?
It's a word.
Your parents?
The rigmarole?
Yeah, you got to be really...
Yeah.
You also don't say that word because you got to be too... I don't say any word that I have to be too careful to say.
What? What is that close to?
Because it's a rigmarole.
Rigmarole.
But you almost dropped a hard R in the middle. When you said...
Rigmarole?
Yeah, but you were saying with ER rather than a riga.
Rigor remove?
Yeah.
Rigor. Anyways.
Yeah. So I don't say
that's a word.
Yeah, just don't say words that you have to be careful.
Careful of what?
That's why you don't.
It starts with an R.
That's why you don't say Jabberwockies anymore. That's why you're not allowed to say Jabberwocky.
What does that start close to?
Well, you always say Jabberwockies.
Jabba. That's true. Yeah, no, I didn't want to go through the hassle of having to wake you up, figure out what you want to eat.
And I was up. You heard me up.
Okay.
I was laughing. You heard me. I was watching TikToks.
I can't predict.
I sent you TikToks.
I can't predict whether you're going to be ready to go, what you want.
I'm always ready, big dog.
Yeah, there's no consistency with you.
If I'm on the computer, I'm not ready.
What's consistent about you is that you're inconsistent.
That was deep.
Yeah.
That was deep, bro.
Yeah. So I can't know. So I had to do things in my life to make sure, make sure to keep the wheels spinning, and that includes you. Like if I want beer in the house,
yes,
I've realized I just gotta get Budweiser.
Why?
Because you won't drink it until the other beers are gone.
Yeah, and I'll drink the other beers really quick though.
I noticed we had 30 rack in there.
Mm-hmm.
You have half that case in like 2 days.
Yeah. And that's with drinking beers at my brother's house yesterday.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot less of High Lifes in there.
Well, I mean, the thing is, I like to have
fun.
fun.
I noticed that there was only 4 taken of the Budweisers, and those are the ones I drank. So that was cool. So I started with 12 Budweisers. You started with 30 High Lifes.
I want to make this.
We now have less High Life than Budweiser.
Because High Life is way better. Budweiser.
I like High Life better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Budweiser sucks cock.
No, I like it every once in a while. I like a Budweiser.
It's always bad.
I'll tell you my hierarchy of beers, right? Mm-hmm. So Miller Lite's always going to have a special place in my heart.
Mm-hmm.
It's the last name. Got to represent. Mm-hmm. It's the beer that got me into drinking beer.
Yes.
Right? So that one is like a different echelon.
I've grown up on the Miller Lite. If it ain't Miller Lite, it ain't right.
Right.
That's what I grew up on.
Yeah.
You know?
Correct.
I've been saying that since I was 6.
So
with slamming brewskis with my mom and pops, just
So if you give me a Miller Lite, I'm always gonna like it, no matter what.
Every single time, hits the spot.
But I don't, because of the light beer. I just kind of feel like light beer is like a different category. Like it's the best light beer. It's better than Bud Light. It's better than Natty Light. You don't put it in the same beer as this because this is not a light beer.
But it's better than that. Yeah.
Because I don't know if it's better. I just think it's different. To be honest.
No,
I do. Well, it's my list. I can do whatever I want.
Good. Do your fucking list, and I'll tell you how it's wrong.
So I like Spotted Cow number 1.
Yes.
But you can drink a lot of those. I can't get hammered off of Spotted Cow.
That is a beer that I'll order with
a meal.
With a meal.
Yeah.
Which not everybody has Spotted Cow.
You want to have one beer? I'm getting into Spotted Cow. Mm-hmm. High Life's right underneath that, and then Budweiser, and then every other beer.
For me, right?
And I like a Sam Adams.
This might be a hot take.
Yeah.
And you're going to like fight it, but it's really it's fine.
If it's that craft beers suck, that's not a hot take.
No, I mean,
you're preaching to the choir, baby.
I mean, everybody knows that.
If you like craft beer,
you also like cum on your beard.
Yeah.
Like people that drink craft beer are like they're fucking getting loads busted on them constantly. Just they fucking take loads to the face. That's just what people.
Yeah.
And they always have beards, so it makes it even gayer.
But, and like funky mustaches, like cool hip mustaches.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Yeah,
and they drink craft beer. Oh, yeah, I hate that shit.
Yeah, if you have to ask for an IPA list, run yourself off a bridge.
I wish that I worked at like Water Street Brewery, something like that. Mm-hmm. What I would do is when they ask, say,
can I get a list of your IPAs or
sure, no problem.
Stouts
I'll be right back. I go to the back, grab a baseball bat, hit them in the fucking teeth.
Yeah, if I worked at a brewery like that, you know how like you have the pour spouts and there's kegs underneath. I would just put like Miller Lite, Budweiser, and just pretend like that's what we sell because everything else fucking sucks.
This is a real nice amber beer, and you give them like Miller Lite.
People talk like the classic American beers are bad. They're not.
The only thing that I will say is especially with bottles, more so, I'll never run into like with the craft beers. Like if I get Spotted Cow, for example, that's the only craft beer that I'll drink.
I know, but it's so popular at this point.
I'll never have like a skunky one of those. I'll run into skunky like shitty beers sometimes.
Okay.
From like the bigger brands, just probably comes with mass production. But this is actually my hot take. I don't think that there's that much of a difference between light and normal beers. If you gave me a High Life Light and a High Life, poured into a cup, just drank them, I probably couldn't tell you that.
In the quality of taste? Or you notice it, I feel like, after drinking a lot of them, because you get fuller quicker for heavier beers.
Yeah, maybe.
Like you can drink Miller Lite way more than you can drink High Life.
And I like that shit.
But
so light beers are way better.
No, but I just think that the taste of High Life is better than the taste of Miller Lite. I can tell the difference.
Yeah, that. I mean, beer to beer, I can tell the difference. But I'm saying light to normal beers. Like, you made it sound like, oh, Budweiser is better than Miller Lite because it's not a light beer. That's not true. Miller Lite's just better than Budweiser. Budweiser blows cock. That being said, I will still say, I mean, take all my, all the favorites, right? Like, it goes Spotted Cow, Miller Lite, High Life Light.
High Life Light is trash. I really dislike it.
I like it. It tastes exactly the same. Literally exactly the same.
It doesn't.
It does. So like those are up top and then it's Budweiser below. Like,
that's fine. But you Bud Light is one of the worst beers I've ever had.
If you offer,
Bud Light is terrible.
Offering me a Bud Light is like offering me an Oscar Mayer hot dog.
Yeah.
If I go to your like cookout, right? Mm-hmm. I might let the Oscar Mayer hot dogs slide because there's other shit. I'll eat some chips. But if you only bring Bud Light to that fucking party and you got in the coolers, I go, hey, where are the beers at? They go, over in that cooler on the side of the garage. And I go over there and I open it up. It's just straight Bud Light. I don't care how much of that person's family is there. I'm going back to my car. I'm grabbing my guns and I'm shooting the motherfucker up.
As you should.
Yeah.
That's why you
Like
don't.
I'm going full Columbine.
That's why you
on
can't
that.
find houses like that.
And if you give me that shit, it's going to turn into Waco all over.
It's gonna turn into another Waco all over again. And that people don't talk about this enough. That's why you don't go to a household. You can't find Bud Light most of the time because they've already been shot up. And we need to continue that statement.
Yes.
That actually should be Miller Lite's mission statement going forward. If you go to a home with Bud Light in there,
Shoot that motherfucker up.
it's gonna be another Waco up in here.
Have you gone to call me Big Pop?
Have you been to legitimately? Have you been to a
Throw
home?
your hands in the air.
It's
if
gonna
you's a
be
true
Waco
player.
here.
And please shoot this place up tonight because they're serving me Bud Light, Bud Light, Bud Light.
Yeah, so follow the words of fucking
Biggie Smalls.
Biggie. Have you been to a home that has Bud Light ever? Like that? Like fully one, it's like okay, there's sometimes that they're like, yeah, we have Bud Light. It's because their neighbors are usually like have been shot up and they're trying to get rid of and they're trying to get rid of the Bud Light.
Yeah, like this.
Besides that situation.
Which is like fine because then there's like stranglers, right? Like
Yeah.
they took the last like 4 from their cooler after their party got shot.
No,
up.
it's not like they bought them.
Yeah, and those are just like, ruffled in there with
Yeah.
like the Miller Lights. And once you get like 6 Miller Lights in, then you can maybe have a Bud Light, and it's like okay, it's whatever. Like, and then maybe you hold like 2, you got a Bud Light and a Miller Light. You take a drink of Bud Light, and then you immediately have to chase it because it's just like it's like I don't know who produces. Like, is Bud Light just hey? Like every person that they hire, they just have them drink Miller Lite for like 6 hours, and then they collect all their piss, and then they bottle it.
I don't know.
And is that like what Bud Light is?
People,
And then they throw rice in there or whatever they say they do.
the amount of families that Post Malone has destroyed
Yes,
is insane.
it is crazy how many family, like households that he's torn apart, literally.
And I honestly think that's where he gets most of the backlash from.
Yes,
Like my family was ripped apart because of you.
that's why
Post.
Charlemagne hates him so much.
It's because his family was brutally murdered because of the Bud Light that they sold him.
Yes. Let's have some Bud Light at the
Yeah.
at the cookout. It'll be dope. We'll have a party. Post Malone drinks Bud Light.
And then Charlemagne just has one tear.
Everybody's just you got fucking
Yeah, because Charlemagne's not mad at the fact that his
Imagine-
family bought it or that what happened to them. He's mad at Post Malone selling them on the idea of that's what people want.
I'm not kidding you. I think that we go to Miller Lite, pitch them a commercial, and it's a happy families.
Yeah.
They're flipping burgers on the grill. They don't show anything, and then slowly but surely, everybody's turning around with a Bud Light in their hand. Bud Light in their hand. But because it's Miller Lite and you can't directly, you just got like a blue can and it says BDLIT or whatever. Something where it's not exactly that.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, you see one person like smiling and happy at this barbecue, and you see like a bullet hole go through it, right? And then just one by one, these people are just getting mowed down. Boop, 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 boop. Cut, black screen. Miller Lite can, logo, Miller Lite. Don't let this be your family.
Drink Miller Lite.
Yeah.
I think that's a good commercial. Speaking of beer commercials, because we're getting close to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
I hate.
Imagine that on the Super Bowl.
I don't need to imagine it. We'll pitch it for next year.
Yeah.
I hate the Bud Night commercials. Do you remember those?
No.
Where, they have even the slogan. Everybody loved it. Like there's just like
I remember the robot.
No. It's recent. It's like recent advertisements in the past like 5-6 years of Bud.
I haven't watched football. No.
You've never watched any Super Bowls?
No.
Every Super Bowl they've had.
I actually don't think that I've watched like a full Super Bowl in a long time.
Why?
I don't care for it.
Yeah, I guess.
If I have no horse in the race, it really does take away from it for me.
It's fun.
I mean, it depends, right? Like, I'm sure the setting definitely matters, but like not for you. Like you could do it wherever. Like just going to the Super Bowl, like a Super Bowl party, no matter what it is fun for you, I guess.
Sure.
Me, like if a bunch of my buddies, like if T-Rog like had people over for
You'd go watch.
yeah, I mean that'd be fun. I mean I get drunk and shit.
Yeah.
It's also like always on Sunday, right? but like I can't get blackout on Sundays. So like,
They should actually make the Monday after Super Bowl like a national holiday, because at this point, football's so ingrained into the culture. Like, just give people off on the Monday.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Why not?
Should.
I mean, it's more Super Bowl Sunday is more of a holiday than fucking.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
Huh?
Hey, we know that it's coming up. And
Then Memorial Day.
Okay.
Yeah. And
That was
Labor Day?
close. You would have got canceled.
I wasn't going to say it.
You were going to say Martin Luther King Day? That's racist of you.
No.
That is.
That's a real holiday, and I'm glad I got offered that shit tomorrow.
That's so fucked up.
I mean, today, if you listen to the podcast.
So fucked up.
No, that's that's the dopest shit that we have off for that.
I wish that that's what I'm saying. It's fucked up that my work doesn't give
It's
me off.
fucked up that they think that you need 3 holidays that are the same: Memorial Day, Labor Day, and
Those
4th
are
of
stupid.
July.
Yeah.
Give us fucking
Like, we get it. You're American.
yeah. Cut off one of those and just switch it to Super Bowl Monday or like
Yeah.
the Monday after that. It's a way better holiday. Make it Labor Day.
They're the exact same thing anyways.
Yeah.
Like, the only slight difference is you're adding tortilla chips, right? Like, it becomes a little bit Tex-Mex.
I'll
then.
die on that fucking hill. I don't care. Those holidays are the fucking same.
Memorial Day and Labor Day and all that, you're flipping up burgers,
Yeah.
hot dogs. You do that for the Super Bowl. The only thing is, like I said, you add a little Tex-Mex. You got a little bit of fucking chips and salsa, chips and
Exactly.
queso. Other than that, it's the exact same fucking thing.
And we don't even have a holiday. From January through April, the best holiday is St. Patrick's Day, and nobody gets off for that.
That is annoying that you don't get off for that, though.
So like, you get off for Easter, but like that's a 3 month period where nobody gets
I
off,
don't know if I get off for
and
anything.
only like some people get off for MLK Day. You know what I mean? So like, why don't we get rid of Labor Day, move it to February?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
what the fuck else? You just have like a long stretch. Because after that, you get like an off day, like once a month, basically. Because you have January, February, March, April, May. May is Memorial Day, or is June Memorial Day? Is it May? Yeah, it's May.
I don't know.
So May is Memorial Day. There's an off day. Nothing in June. 4th of July is off.
Mm-hmm.
July, nothing. August, nothing. September is Labor Day. And then November, October.
I guess me and you kind of luck out, though, because we have, like, birthdays in those stretches without, like, holidays.
With the like in the off periods.
Yeah.
Like you have a June birthday, I have a February birthday.
Yeah, so
there's no actual holidays in there, but
It kind of feels like it's... Because
right,
then you have that weekend.
Yeah, because you can give a vacation and take it. That's fair, but I'm talking like nationally.
Yeah, I get it.
Get rid of September off day. Move it to February.
But that shit was the shit in school.
Well, having that first.
Yeah, that shit was dope.
Yeah, but fuck them. Who cares if we don't go to school?
Yeah, true.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
Because then from 4th of July, you have.
Give the schools Bud Lights.
Fuck. That's the issue. Nobody talks about it enough. Is that they're giving the kids Bud Light.
That was the issue in Columbine.
I know.
People were just walking around with cans of Bud Light. Kids were pissed.
People talk. They use the Columbine thing as like an anti-bullying message. Like, this is what happens when you bully kids. Mm-hmm. And people forget that those kids were like neo-Nazis and like worshipped Adolf Hitler.
Yeah.
And it's not that they were bullied. It's that like they
wanted to commit mass genocide.
Yeah, they wanted like there was something like it wasn't because they were bullied. There was already something wrong with them.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, we just want to like fuck shit up for like in the name of Adolf Hitler, essentially.
Yeah.
They wrote like manifestos and shit.
Yeah. Bullying shouldn't happen. Some kids deserve to get bullied, though. I'll say it.
Yeah, those kids.
Those kids should, like, the thing is, scare them a little bit more. Like, don't make fun of them. Throw them into give them a concussion.
Sure.
They're never going to fucking come.
Amen.
What, you give them CTE, you think that they're going to blow shit up?
You know, this is a genuine question. I'm not even trying to make a joke. So, do you remember, well, I guess you can't really remember because we weren't alive.
I can.
So, this is all based on Mindhunter, the TV show.
Never seen it.
Essentially, the premise of the show is it's
the guy from Umbrella Academy is in Mindhunter.
There's 2 FBI agents who are trying to make a profile for serial killers. They're trying to understand their workings, what makes them tick, what causes them to become serial killers. and going forward, it helps them track down people because they have like an idea of what a serial killer is and who to like look for in the idea.
Okay.
So before that, they didn't have like a definition for anything, and people kind of just looked at them like crazy. They are crazy, but understanding them helps them find and like potentially stop serial killers before it happens.
Yes.
Let's fast forward to nowadays. We don't even really talk about serial killers anymore. Like, there's no new serial killers, and I think part of it.
Well, I also don't think that we label them as serial killers
Anymore.
because there is serial killers. Right?
Yeah, that still exists.
Like it. You know what I don't understand is serial killers is also like a product of like fucking. I almost want to say that it's like to split up races because like. You know, like a white person's a serial killer.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Well, that's actually part of the profile.
Really?
Is that based on all evidence, white people are generally like it's like 80% more likely to be serial killers than any other race.
But what defines a serial killer? Because
like,
if you think about it, like
they're I don't know. I'm not an expert, but it's like there are very specific things. Like there's functions of their brain that don't work that don't allow them to feel empathy for like living like beings essentially. So like their brain is broken. And then it's also when they kill people, it's not like random, it's very specific to them. Like they will always like hunt the same kind of targets.
Because like gang members are essentially serial killers.
Yes, but they're killing for different reasons. Like serial killers will kill based on sexual fantasies. Like they kill because they get off to it.
Really?
Gang members kill because
they got to.
It's like the subset of reasons to
shooters got to shoot.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Basically.
Yeah.
So when I was getting to the point of now that we have like we don't really talk about serial killers anymore, and I think part of the reason is it's like a active choice by the media. They don't want copycat killers, right?
That is a good idea.
They don't want to inspire other serial killers, so that's why we don't.
Because who's the most recent one? Golden Bridge Killer or whatever.
Right, and I don't even think that's like. I don't even think that's because it was like he did that in the past, right? And we just solved it.
Yes.
I mean, in modern time, in the past 20 years, who do you have? It's all people like in the 80s and 90s, you know, in 70s.
Yeah. I mean, because it's too easy to catch people now.
Maybe. I really just think they don't talk about it anymore. I think they don't label them anymore because they don't. That's my opinion. I don't know if it's true. So
that there's a conspiracy?
No, this is what I'm comparing it to.
I can share some conspiracy.
This is what I'm comparing it to. So back then, you would just label serial killers as crazy and not think about it. Now we have like all these profiles of like what they are, why they're the way they are, and basically how to catch them. Like we know a lot about serial killers now.
Okay.
The modern times, we don't have serial killers anymore. We have school shooters. We have mass shooters.
Yeah.
Like back to back to back. We like know their names. And I think we're making the same mistakes that we are for for mass shooters that we're doing for serial killers back then. Because we just call them we just call them crazy, lock them up, and then like we start talking about the guns, and it's like a gun control conversation. Where I think the conversation should be about like why these people do it, what makes them tick, and like
because through that like 70s to like 90s era, it was just like serial killer after serial killer. Like
now it's mass shooters.
Like you had fucking Zodiac was pretty dope.
Yeah,
we'll give him that.
Yeah,
all the other ones were weird.
Well, so
do you think that the Zodiac got off to the shit, or was he just like?
Yeah, for sure.
You think so?
They always do. It's always tied to sexual fantasies.
It's always like they always come.
Always.
That's weird.
It's always about that. Yeah,
that's weird.
Yeah, BTK, Jeffrey Dahmer, Ted Bundy, always sexually tied.
That's weird.
So co-ed killer. What I'm saying is also an issue is that like because the mass shooters are like active threats, a lot of times they get like killed before you even get a chance to like analyze them and interrogate them. So that's what I think is also part of the issue. I wish we can get to a point where we can understand, just like better understand like what makes these mass shooters tick, and get to a point of like stopping it, or I don't know, just like, because I don't want this to keep happening.
Yeah.
But like, it just seems like the gun control conversation, regardless of which side you're in favor, it just seems like a
like a ploy, it's a scapegoat almost.
yeah, it seems like a scapegoat to the real problem.
Yes.
Which are like, I don't know, not understanding
media,
what this is.
Media portrayals.
And also,
I think that media is fucking.
That's what I'm talking about. Is that like the media talked about serial killers all the time. Now they talk about mass shooters, and like it just like spurs copycatters. Mm-hmm. It just gives the kids who like are already like fucked up like an outlet to like do something.
Yeah, something that they can.
Yeah.
Yeah, because copycat killers were like such a big deal too back then.
Yeah. Yeah, they inspired each other.
Like Zodiac Killer, like inspired like fucking a shit ton of
Ed Gein, who like skinned people and made furniture out of that. That inspired so many people.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Burr has a great take on Ed Gein, is that he's so fucked up.
Another Wisconsinite, by the way.
Right. All these movies are based off of Ed Gein. Like Texas Chainsaw Massacre is the biggest one. Mm-hmm. That's inspired off of him. But he did this pre-internet. Yeah. So all of that came out of his mind. And nobody was before him.
Innovator.
It's crazy.
People don't talk about that enough.
Not enough.
How innovative he is.
People don't talk about how Ed Gein's the most innovative. He really is like the guy who popularized everything.
Cannibalism.
Well,
yeah. Silence of the Lambs is Ed Gein too.
Ed Gein, yeah. All the most popular stories are based off Ed Gein.
Yeah.
It feels like.
That is another. Hey. Wisconsinite, represent. Jeffrey Dahmer, represent.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was the first gay serial killer, right?
I don't know if he's maybe.
He's innovative too.
Innovative.
He really did put on for the LGBTQ community.
A little bit. That's part of the reason why he didn't get caught.
Was because he was...
Yeah, because people were uncomfortable around gay people. So, like, when he had an Asian guy naked run out of his apartment, like with blood dripping off of him, the cops were like, "What's going on?" He's like, "It's just my gay lover." He just gets like that, and they're like, "You kids, get back in there." Like, he didn't say it like that, but he was just like uncomfortable that he didn't want to like deal with it, so he just like let it go. And then Jeffrey Dahmer later ate that guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Imagine being that cop.
I know.
Like
Milwaukee cop, nice accent, scared of gay people.
That's insane.
Reminds me of like, boomer age.
Yeah, a bunch of boomers.
Yeah.
What has happened in the last week?
We've done a lot. Packers Super Bowl party.
Packers are killing it.
Yeah.
I want to wait till we get to football because that's all you'll talk about for a while. Wait, Muhammad Ali died?
A while ago.
In 2016. I'm just still shooken up about it. I'm just still...
What the fuck?
I'm just still very shooken up by it. Man, that shit's sad.
What the fuck?
What the fuck? Muhammad Ali died. That's crazy.
What the fuck? Rosa Parks is dead?
No way.
God damn it, man.
Fucking, what happened this week? There was something that happened.
Between us?
I think so. Maybe us. Maybe something in the news.
I have a little bit I can do on Ben Affleck and Matt Damon.
Okay. Yeah.
You want me?
Oh, I know what I wanted to bring up.
Oh, okay.
So you were watching a movie this
The
week.
Town. Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And I come out.
So we are literally in this spot. If you can see me, I'm sitting where I am sitting right now, and in front of me is a TV.
Yes.
James's room is also right there. So he comes out. Go ahead.
I see on the screen Christian Bale. First thing that comes to my mind. I go,
Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah. I go, you watching Dallas Buyers Club? And you did
laugh.
You did react to it weird, and you're like, yeah, Dallas Buyers Club. I think nothing of it. I laugh. I go, why are you watching this? Go back into my room. Go about my day. You don't finish the movie then.
I'm also still watching it, sorta.
Yes. Right? You don't finish the movie then. Another day comes. I come home. You're sitting here watching it again. I see Christian Bale again.
and
still,
Matt Damon.
And I still go Matthew McConaughey, Matt Damon, Dallas Buyers Club.
Yeah.
I go, why? How have you not finished Dallas Buyers Club yet?
And then you go gay, and I said, yeah, totally gay, and he has AIDS.
Yeah. I go, what's this even about? Like, I don't even know. And you're like, this guy's gay. That's his gay lover, and he communicates to him with Matt Damon.
Oh, yeah, I said that's his. So, if you don't know what movie I'm watching Ford v Ferrari.
Yes.
And on the screen, Christian Bale is racing race cars.
Yes.
And you still think it's Dallas Buyers Club and Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
And I go, you see that? That's his gay lover. I point to just Henry Ford the second.
Yep.
He said they have sex, but he's too rich and doesn't want to talk to Matthew McConaughey.
And risk it.
So he uses Matt Damon.
That's why he only did the little wave. Yeah.
He uses Matt Damon as like a conduit for them to talk back and forth.
So then I'm sitting in the doorway watching it for about 4 or 5 minutes, and you go, you still have no idea what this is? And I go,
Dallas Buyers
is it
Club.
not
I actually thought the first time that you said Dallas Buyers Club, I thought you knew it was not Dallas Buyers Club, and just like I know how your brain works.
Yes.
I know you saw Christian Bale and immediately thought Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
And you go Dallas Buyers Club.
Yep.
And then when I giggled and laughed and I said, yeah, Dallas Buyers Club, I thought you would have realized by then it's not that.
I did think that something was afoot.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. I never once thought that wasn't Matthew McConaughey.
So when it was the second time and I was still laughing and clearly making things up as you go, I thought then you were like, oh, racing cars, Ford v Ferrari.
And you didn't even go, like, the issue was that you didn't even go, that's Christian. You go, you know that's not Matthew McConaughey, right? And I immediately go, oh, that is Christian Bale. It just never clicked for me.
And then he's talking the way he talks, and
Yes.
you only see him in movies where he does an American accent, which is a lot.
I'm Batman.
Right. So
The only movie that I see him in, ever.
So you were like, he's doing a Scottish accent. And I said, no, he's talking normal. And you had to look it up.
To be fair, you just also knew that. Like, you
What?
probably saw, like, an article or something
What?
about, like, him using his normal voice. Because
No.
there was a lot of articles on that, and there's TikToks. So you were...
No.
So then you just regurgitated a thought.
No. You thought he was American.
No.
Why would I think that he was doing a voice when I know that's his voice? Why would I think that?
Why would I know it was his voice?
How would I not know that?
How would you know that?
He is in Empire of the Sun as a small British boy directed by Steven Spielberg about like Nazi Germany.
Okay.
He's as a child, he just has a British accent.
Okay, he lost it when he got older.
No, he didn't.
Sure.
Why would... And then when he's doing a British accent, he's not even doing an accent. When he has a British accent, why would I think like, oh, he's doing a voice instead of being like, oh, that's just his voice, which it is, which I've heard him in interviews, and it's also his voice.
They don't sound similar, though.
Yes, they do. It's not that they don't sound similar. They are the same. It's his voice.
Stop slapping the table.
You're going to make me upset.
You're making me annoyed.
So you were like, that's just a Scottish accent.
Yeah.
Which it isn't.
Sounded Scottish.
No, it didn't.
It did.
It just,
When he was yelling, definitely sounded Scottish.
it just sounded like
No,
angry
it sounded
British.
Scottish.
You don't know what a Scottish accent is.
Huh?
You don't.
Are you retarded?
Apparently not, because we just watched the movie and you heard a British accent, but it was Scottish.
When he was screaming, that was 100% Scottish sounding.
British.
But you realize neither of my grandparents were born in America. We're only born in Scotland. My uncle, aunt, born in Scotland.
You don't have uncles and aunts or grandparents.
I mean, they're not alive anymore. But when they were...
Ooh, brag about it.
Yeah, you lost your grandpa.
Yeah.
We all cried.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
But you got good things out of it.
What good things?
Crockpot.
That's true. That's true.
You know what I got? Sadness, emptiness,
Yeah.
years of sorrow.
A crockpot would fill it up.
If I would have had a crockpot at 7, I would have been so much happier.
Is there anything else you'd like to bring up before I go on to Matt? Oh, good transition to Matt Damon.
Matt Damon was in this movie.
People, I think that Matt Damon and Ben Affleck are underrated.
Do people like think that they're bad?
I think they just don't get enough credit for how good they are.
The issue with that I have is, other than Ben Affleck, who I think he had Gone Girl and then like his Matt Damon movies, right?
Okay.
Outside of the Gone Girl, he's more lackluster than Matt Damon, I'd say.
Okay.
Because Matt Damon, if he's in a movie, it's getting watched by the masses.
Okay.
I think that he attracts people to movies almost as much as Leonardo DiCaprio.
So,
The Martian,
yeah.
phenomenal.
Yeah. Yeah. You're half in my court because you're sleeping on Ben Affleck.
See,
You're half in my court.
I do like Ben Affleck. Mm-hmm. I was excited to see him as Batman.
So this is
And
part
it
of the
was dog
reason.
shit.
Not he wasn't dog shit. The movie was dog shit.
He was all right at best.
I liked him.
He was all right at best.
I think he was good at best.
He had maybe 6 lines.
Yeah, that's not his fault though.
Yeah, exactly. But you can't say that he's good because of that.
Yeah, but you can't say
You can't say that he's good because
you can't say that he's bad because of it either.
he's all right at best.
I'll give you average.
Yeah, all right at best.
Yeah, we're agreeing. Let me sell you in these guys.
I don't think that we're agreeing.
Why?
Because you think that he's better as Batman than he is.
Who fucking knew? I don't care about Batman.
Christian Bale with his fucking Scottish accent is better than...
You didn't know he was British until 2 days ago.
I'll say it. I think that Jared Leto played the Joker as the Batman.
Jared Leto's overrated.
Jared Leto's underrated.
No.
Yeah.
Matt Damon.
I think that he was the best Joker.
You know what? So right now, Matt Damon, I agree with you. He's up there with Leo for getting people into the movie theater. He's up there. He's not as good. We know.
But I also think that he's multifaceted, whereas Leonardo DiCaprio isn't.
Yes. Yeah, I think Leo or Matt Damon's probably a better character actor than Leo.
And also like directs, writes.
That's what I'm saying. Ben Affleck.
You haven't said that once.
No, that's what I'm saying is like this is where my part I come in to say people just like them when they see them in the movies, but I just think that they do so much more outside of just being the on-screen. Ben Affleck, 2 Oscars. Matt Damon, 1 Oscar.
Wait, really? He has 2. Gone Girl and what else?
What do you think? What do you think Ben Affleck's Oscars are for?
Gone Girl.
Okay.
And Got to See About a Girl.
Got to See About a Girl. What are you saying? Good Will Hunting.
Yeah.
Okay. For his acting, like supporting actor, and
Good Will Hunting.
And then main lead
in Gone Girl.
And then Matt Damon Oscar is for what?
The Martian.
The Martian for acting.
Mm-hmm.
So this is
Am I
why
wrong about all these?
Yeah, every single thing you said was wrong. This is why I think that
best screenplay.
Exactly. They're 2 Oscars, first Oscars for both of them. Neither for acting.
Best
for screenplay, right?
Good Will Hunting.
So they're already great at acting, which everybody likes.
Mm-hmm.
They are like.
You want to watch Good Will Hunting today?
We watch it all the time.
Yeah, we like it.
I just think that obviously they're great actors already, and they can like sell movies. But then screenplay for Good Will Hunting, they haven't really wrote anything since, which I want to see them write some shit. Mm-hmm. And then fucking Ben Affleck, his second Oscar is for Best Picture.
For what?
For Argo that he directed.
Dude, I fucking hate Fargo, man.
Argo.
Same thing.
It's
Argo fucking blows cock.
So these people who are like actors have their Oscars for not even acting.
That was the movie because your girlfriend is from Fargo.
Argo has nothing to do with Fargo.
Yeah, but that was the movie that I kept on thinking of.
I know.
It's like there's a movie about that, right? About your town.
Fargo.
And I was thinking of Argo.
It's not
That's
Argo.
Fargo.
I know.
But Argo's about the Cuban Missile Crisis.
I don't know what it's about. I've never seen it. You're probably right. What's annoying is that you think of Matt Damon and Ben Affleck before anybody else, as in terms of like acting.
Yeah.
Casey Affleck.
That guy sucks cock, dude.
He's got an Oscar for Best Actor.
I'll say this. He's the most overrated.
He gets an Oscar for acting, and those fucking 2 people don't have it. So Matt Damon,
What was his about? It was the fucking sailboat.
Manchester by the Sea. It has nothing to do with a sailboat. Manchester by the Sea just means the.
Have you seen the movie?
It's dog shit.
Yes, I know.
You haven't seen it.
Exactly.
Don't say sailboat. Just because it says Manchester by the Sea doesn't mean it has anything to do
Yes,
with...
but that's how my mind works.
I know. And
I had to get there.
You know why it's called Manchester by the Sea?
Because he cries.
No. It's because the city, Manchester, in Massachusetts, is by the sea.
Rather than Manchester United.
Yes. What? Rather than... It has nothing... It's just another fucking Boston movie where these guys get to act with a Boston accent.
But Manchester by the Sea distinguishes it rather than it being Manchester. Because if you told me Manchester, I'd think it's in the United
I think
Kingdom.
they just like the name.
No. And
maybe you're right. I don't know. I don't know why. That movie's dog shit.
the movie sucks cock.
Yeah.
And Casey Affleck was terrible in it.
He was.
Yeah.
He doesn't deserve an Oscar for it.
No.
Then after his Oscar, the rape charge comes out.
I'd go as far to say that Casey Affleck was better in Good Will Hunting than he was in that.
He's better in fucking American Pie too. Fuck it.
Yeah. Was he in that? Mm-hmm. It's crazy that American Pie took the world. I just watched...
the Jason Biggs interview of Bert Kreischer.
Not just watched, but I watched it probably a month ago.
Okay.
Now, at this point. And it was crazy because that guy was, for a little bit, just like him and Stifler, most recognizable people.
Jason Biggs and
I couldn't even tell you.
Sean
something, yeah.
Is it Sean
Alexander.
Peyton Williams?
Maybe.
I don't know. I can't remember.
But Sean Carter Williams.
I don't believe that's it.
But those two people were just for a little bit the most recognizable people.
Role models helps for Stifler as well.
Yeah, but I wholeheartedly mean this. I did this every single time because he was in a lot of movies. That guy was getting casted left and right after American Pie as the comedic relief in all these films.
Jason Biggs or
no,
Stifler.
I call him Stifler.
Yeah.
Because I don't know his name.
Yeah.
Like Jason Biggs, I know.
Yeah.
But like whenever I'd see him, Stifler.
Yeah.
But it is funny.
Such a big comedy.
Yeah, huge. It took the world.
It doesn't hold up.
No.
I love American Pie. Let me say I've seen every movie of American Pie.
Okay.
Including the ones that don't have the main cast. So like Band Camp.
Yes.
Beta House.
Yeah.
I've seen every American Pie movie. I love them. They're trash. All of them. The first one's the best, and it doesn't hold up.
I'll say this. I am a sucker for coming of age films.
Yeah, and it's a bad coming of age film.
What's better?
Superbad.
Superbad's really good.
Yeah.
I mean, Superbad's one of the best
Mean
of all
Girls.
time. No.
Yeah. Are you joking?
Dude.
You think that American Pie is worse than Mean Girls?
Because when I watch Mean Girls, I don't go, this is... Mean Girls is good. Don't get me wrong. Mean Girls is fun. Mean Girls is probably funnier.
Great.
Mean Girls is funnier.
It's way funnier.
Yes.
It's way funnier. It's way better.
But
it's timeless.
But what I get from movies, right, is that takes me back, man.
You're not a girl.
Exactly.
That doesn't mean it's fucking better.
There's not a single movie that's good with a woman lead actress. And that's what I've been trying to get at. That's my whole pitch.
Yeah.
That's my whole pitch.
Yeah, don't people get my niche?
You know,
We don't like women here.
Yes.
Ever.
Yes. And when I shoot that commercial with the Bud Lights, it's going to be a sausage party. It's just going to be straight dudes throwing out.
Except for the family. That's going to be all chicks that we mow down.
But when I watch American Pie, I'm like, oh, I miss house parties and stuff like that. Or like, these young romances and shit. Which is annoying because also that like girl that Jason Biggs talks to, like, what's her fucking name even? She was like in that 70s show. She was just like the hot girl around that time.
The red hair girl?
Or not the redhead girl.
Or the foreign exchange
The
girl.
foreign exchange girl.
Even fucking Smells Like Another Teen Comedy is better than American Pie.
No.
Are you joking?
I mean, it's just because, like, you have to think of when this movie...
The parody movie's better than that movie.
You have to give innovative credits. You have to. You can't just take that away from a movie.
Okay, what does it innovate? What does it do?
It creates that whole genre for the most part. They aren't making those movies without it.
That's fair. I'll give you that.
And you have to give innovative. It's the same thing with Ed Gein. Who the fuck was eating dudes before Ed Gein?
For the dude. Who's eating dudes before that dude?
Exactly.
Nobody.
Who's fucking pies before the fucking American Pie?
Okay, so...
Did you realize...
But that era of movie is dead.
Did you know that movie got shipped out with without a name?
Yeah.
And then they shipped out...
I saw the interview, but yeah. Tell it for this.
So the movie, when it got like the... they gave the final product to like the cast members, which isn't the final product. Obviously, it's still got to like go through a little bit of processing, but it pretty much is the full movie. At that time, I forgot what he even said. Do you remember what he said it was called?
I think it was named after the writer's high school.
Yeah, that's what
it was like the times of whatever high school. Let's say St. Francis High School for that matter.
It was like water or something, I know.
Yeah.
But so they had that, and they didn't have well, when they shipped out like the trailer, I don't agree with it nowadays because like that trailer would ruin that movie, literally ruin it.
Okay, I haven't seen the trailer.
The trailer showed him fucking the pie.
Did it?
Which is obviously the biggest punchline.
It is very, very, very weird to think of how they marketed movies before currently. Yeah, because the movies. The trailers gave away everything.
You literally couldn't watch trailers back in the day.
No, but the thing is, everybody watched trailers and everybody was fine with it.
Yeah.
Nobody's fine with that shit nowadays. It's like, it is crazy.
That ruins comedy films because
it ruins comedy. It ruins
everything.
It ruins, comedy films are so important because like, once you hear a joke, it's like knowing the magic trick.
Yes. Yeah. And when you give away your best material in the trailer, it's like, okay, well, the rest of the movie doesn't live up to that.
I would love to talk to like somebody who cut trailers together and ask them why they cut trailer like that back then, because it doesn't make sense.
Like even Spider-Man had like a big trailer thing where they showed 9/11, right?
To advertise for Spider-Man that came out in 2001, they just showed 9/11 and they said, "Come watch the movie."
What the fuck? And it's just the planes about to crash, but then Spider-Man comes in, pulls him. Just kidding, guys. It was a prank. Twin Towers are still up and running. Peter Parker's here to save the day.
Do you know what your brain is misremembering or not speaking?
Yes.
Explain it.
It was pretty much they, in the trailers, they had shown the Twin Towers. And because of that, like right after that or whatever, when they were about to ship it out or something. No, it was already shipped out with the Twin Towers.
The teaser trailer for Spider-Man before it came out. It wasn't even like the official trailer. It might have been. Essentially,
it was played in movie theaters. There are bank robbers that are robbing a bank and they get away in a helicopter. And Spider-Man, he's not even shown in the trailer. Spider-Man stops them by like making a web between the Twin Towers, and it stops the helicopter in the web. And then I think it's just like a flash of Spider-Man, and they cut away. And then that's what's supposed to get you hyped. And then 9/11 happened, so they're like, we gotta pull this fucking train. Because we can't remind people that the Twin Towers existed. Which is annoying because never forget.
Never forget. Yeah, they didn't know. Yeah. They didn't know back then that you can't forget.
Yeah. Do you think that anybody like on September 12th was like, what the fuck happened yesterday? That's a good one.
That's the best joke I've ever heard. What the fuck? Getting funny on September 12th. So what the fuck happened yesterday?
Yesterday was kind of blah, huh? I can't remember a thing. Yeah, like what about those people that were just getting fucking trashed on September 11th? You know what I mean? Just blacked out for the whole fucking thing.
What the
fuck? Oh man! Before I forget that, I mean, I don't think I'll forget that one for a while.
I won't forget it. People on September 12th might forget, but we won't.
Now it's just so ingrained in our memories. But on September 12th, people left and right were just waking up like, no shit.
It is such a weird quote attached to the holiday.
Never forget.
Like, sorry, tragedy.
Yeah.
It's not a holiday.
I forgot. Oh, this Facebook post comes up every now and then for me, and I post so World of Warcraft expansion, one of them, I forget what, it doesn't really matter, but I wanted off for school, so I just made like some throwaway Facebook post like, tomorrow should be a national holiday so I can have off, and I think I said that on
September 10th,
on either June 4th or June 5th. I forget when Pearl Harbor happened, but it was the day before.
I think that's June 6th.
Yeah.
Wait, when's your birthday?
June 7th. I think that is June 6th. It's either June 6th or June 5th. But the day before that, Pearl Harbor, I posted
Somebody
that.
should make a national
Somebody
holiday.
posted on it. Pearl Harbor was a fucking tragedy, jackass.
You're a fucking idiot.
10-year-old me and 11-year-old me, it's just right over my head. I'm like, what the fuck? What does Pearl Harbor have to do with World of Warcraft? I fucking hate Hawaii.
What do we get on time?
Hour and 10 minutes.
What does it say? Just tell me what it says.
52 minutes.
Okay. Tell me what it really says.
52 minutes.
Okay.
52:47.
Okay.
I'll give it to you.
Whatever I want.
Talk sports.
The Packers are now officially in the NFC Championship for the
I do want to say this
the
first.
fourth time in 10 years.
I do like that we went from our end of the podcast used to be nerdy video game shit.
It's the same shit. It's
now,
the same thing.
Now it's the exact same thing, just it's nerdy football.
Yeah.
Like nerdy sports.
It's the exact same thing.
Yeah, we just throw our throwaway fucking, shit that we're genuinely interested in. But we don't know enough about this stuff, right? Like, that's the issue, is that we put this at the end.
Yeah, well,
because,
we're not.
Although
we're not sports podcasts. We're not
Yeah.
video game podcasts. We have interest in it, but we don't know enough to call ourselves a factual, important topic, so that.
Oh, man. What do you think you're going to name this one? What the fuck happened yesterday?
No. Because I don't know. I'll fucking figure it out. Okay. In the past 10 years, the Packers have been in the NFC Championship 4 times.
Yes.
No. They have lost the past 3, and next week is going to be the 4th time. In the past 5 years, they've been in 3 of them.
It'll be the 5th time then.
No.
Or we
Because we lost to Seattle. We lost to the Falcons. We lost to the 49ers.
and we beat somebody.
Right, so I guess in the past 10 years, it'll be 5th. Yeah. So, and we beat the Bears in the NFC Championship.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, if you include that one, then in the
Why
past,
wouldn't you?
because my brain doesn't work.
Yeah.
Forgot about it.
Okay.
Right. So in the past 10 years, we've been in there 5 times. We've lost 4 times, 1, and then 1 Super Bowl. I was just wanted to clarify because winning a Super Bowl is great, right? Mm-hmm. But in the past, it has been pretty tasting the championship and then getting clobbered. Mm-hmm. The Seattle loss was the most hurtful for sure. Yeah. Because we were primed up to get in there. We had an interception. We were in Seattle. It looked like it was an easy win. Remember when Russell Wilson got intercepted and he went to go for a tackle and Clay Matthews just lit him up?
Yeah.
And you were like, there's no way he's not going to...
I miss that team, man. Like that team where we're like, Clay, dude, watching our explosive defense, like Charles Woodson, Clay Matthews, fucking...
AJ Hawk.
BJ Raji, fucking...
Charles Woodson,
Tremont Williams at times.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't just blow cover.
The fact that you can just name them so quickly, and those are defensive players.
Yes.
Which are usually... I mean, defensive players can be remembered, but you remember the offensive guys first.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. And then you just watch Mike McCarthy coach the team into fucking oblivion where he just decides to lose the game and just let the Seahawks get back into the... It's the fucking most abysmal... We ran the ball, I think, we had 2 3 and outs of just running like 6 straight plays of running.
In the years too where we didn't have a running game.
I know.
Our running game was abysmal.
Yeah.
And what we would do instead is short passes. And it worked. Like, when Mick McCarthy, I'll give him this. When he first got there, his play calling was good. Because it worked to our strengths.
It won the Super Bowl.
Yeah. It worked to our strengths, too. Like, these short, cross routes or these, like, swing routes where they're set up good. You know what I mean? It worked to our strengths. Aaron Rodgers, quick release.
And he was a quarterback. He was a quarterback coach. So he definitely helped, for sure, Aaron Rodgers succeed and develop.
Yes.
So you can't discredit that.
Yes.
But
there was just, I don't know what it was, but at some point it just
it was that, I think that coaching evolved in the way NFL football was played, and he never adapted. Like, he just stayed.
But did it though?
Yeah, for sure.
Because I think that he started that. Like, a lot of the, he didn't start it, obviously. There's definitely
probably
more
put Bill Belichick into that way more of like the changing.
Not even. I mean, there's the 49ers coach and shit like that.
Okay.
That like people that established the quote unquote West and East Coast offenses and shit.
Well,
there was
essentially,
that, right?
I'm talking about the style of coaching where you never take your foot off the gas. You keep scoring because there's still the looming danger of the team overtaking you.
Yes.
Where Mike McCarthy would just he would gain a lead and he wouldn't try to push the lead. He would just try to maintain. And he just never, instead of
he tried to do this clock control, but it wasn't effective because in reality, right, the clock control is Aaron Rodgers completing that pass, Aaron Rodgers extending that play.
Yeah.
You rather,
just keeping the offense
because
on the field.
It works so well for us when we were successful because rather than running it, we do cross routes up the middle of the field, and because of that, we had good time management because we were completing 10 5-yard passes. They were accurate because it's Aaron Rodgers. They're quick because they're Aaron Rodgers. And then our route runners were pretty solid too. I mean, we had fucking Greg Jennings, the best player in the league,
put the team on his back
with a broken leg, dude.
So we lose that game.
That's a great fucking video.
That would have been Tom Brady versus Aaron Rodgers in the Super Bowl. That's the 1 yard in the that's the throwing in the 1 yard line by the Seahawks. Would have been the Green Bay Packers versus Tom Brady. It would have been a great Super Bowl game.
What if we just get cucked out of it? I genuinely don't think so because the NFL is rigged. That we're going to get a Tom Brady Battle of the Bays. Just it is the perfect setup.
Now.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
It's the perfect setup. NFC Championship. I mean, in reality,
you're going to today's game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, in reality, I think that it would have been cooler for the Patriots Packers Super Bowl.
Yeah, Tom versus Aaron in the championship game would have been great.
But there isn't this. There's not that rivalry between them. No, there is this old school rivalry now, though, that the Tampa Bay and Green Bay Packers used to have.
Yes,
I remember Sunday Night Football and shit, just having the Green Bay logo and the Tampa Bay logo, and they'd it'd be a Battle of the Bays and shit.
Sure,
I think I even had a T-shirt of it.
Yeah.
Which is weird because who gives a my
who
parents
cares about a random regular season game?
Maybe I'm biased too because you and I grew up on a rivalry in high school even.
Okay.
Where it was our rivals were 4 blocks away from us. Our high school rivals, we were within a mile square radius of 2 of our 2 rivals.
Yes.
Which I like. I like that idea of, I'm not going on that street
because you can see them.
Yeah, I'm not going on. I'm not going to fucking give that person a handshake at that stinky fucking school and shit. My dad, for when we were kids, we never went to Six Flags.
Because,
do you know the reason?
Because it was in Illinois.
Because it was in Illinois where the Chicago Bears are. That's how my dad fucking thinks. When we drove to Florida, his big thing was quickest route through Illinois. Granted, there's still the idea that Illinois drivers are shitty.
Yeah.
And everybody thinks that. But his idea was, I don't want to be in that shitty fucking state for too long. because of those stinky fucking Bears.
So stupid.
And that's like,
Yeah.
I like that rivalry.
Sure.
I do like that closeness.
Rivalry is
And
fun.
The Tampa Bay one is just
Yeah,
great.
it doesn't make any sense because Tampa Bay is in fucking Florida.
Yeah.
It makes sense that our rivals are Minnesota, Illinois, and
and we just
Michigan.
And we have just like a significant advantage over Tampa Bay always if we have a home game. Like,
Yes, the fact that the people who are playing in humid, hot fucking weather have to come to a sometimes negative below temperature.
but it's got the Battle of the Bays.
It is cool.
That is a cool name.
So yeah, it would be cool for one to have like Aaron Rodgers versus Tom Brady.
Which he got
12v12, same number. It doesn't really mean shit.
It
But
really is like there's something to prove too. I didn't even feel it at the beginning of the year, right?
when we already faced them,
When we faced them and we got blown out.
Yeah.
And I say that because we got blown out.
Yeah.
Like, but it didn't feel like this weight of like Aaron Rodgers versus Tom Brady because it's a regular season game. Who
Yeah.
gives a fuck?
It's cool to watch. But
Both
like,
teams were like predicted to be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
They were bound to make it anyways because they were playing well. But if you get that, it just, dude, it sells. It puts money in the fucking pot.
yeah, it's good marketing.
Yeah, Battle of the Bays. You got fucking Aaron Rodgers, who is continuously. I mean, other than people in Wisconsin,
we're talking-
are looked over. He's looked over.
We're talking as if they're gonna win. We don't. Whenever this goes live, we will already know like who we're facing next week.
Yes.
Imagine if it's Drew Brees and the Saints. It could be.
It would. Yeah.
It kind of taints this conversation. I mean, hey, either way, it's like some
I don't
all-time.
think it will be though.
I don't think so either. I think Tampa Bay is like the clear better team.
Somebody said Saints last night.
Well, you got to realize that the Saints beat Tampa Bay 2 times this year.
Really?
Yeah, they're in the same division, so they beat them 2 times already.
If we play the Saints, we just go to the Super Bowl.
People always say though, I don't know if this is true. I don't have any stats to bring it up. They say it's a really hard thing. It's very hard to beat a team 3 times in a year. People keep saying that.
Because
I don't know if it's true, but that's what they say.
It makes sense because it's a age-old thing of, and people always say it, you learn more from losses than you do wins.
Yeah.
So, like, you lose twice. At some point, obviously, if it's like, you beat the Jacksonville Jaguars twice,
Doesn't mean shit.
you're going to
Yeah.
beat them 3 times.
Right.
They suck cock.
Yes.
That's just how it is.
Right, but if you face competitive teams
Competitive-
and you lose to them, you
you
see your weaknesses.
What is my play calling
Yeah.
doing that's like they're able to eat it up so much, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I mean, I genuinely think that the Bucs are the favorites to win.
Yeah. People don't talk about how Antonio Brown's on that fucking team.
Antonio Brown had like a touchdown last week.
I know. He looks like he's playing well. Mike Evans. I mean, not that
Great defense too.
not that Gronkowski is like
They got like a 2 or 3
old
defense, don't
Gronk,
they?
but yeah, the Rams had the best defense in the league.
And we almost put up fucking 40 on them. If Jared Lazard doesn't drop that fucking
I know. Yeah.
easy catch, we score 40 on them.
Yeah, we do.
The best defense in the league.
Versus the best offense. We are looking pretty fucking good right now.
On all cylinders.
So the other 2 NFC Championship games that we have lost, going into the games, both games we never thought the Packers were going to go because like versus we go into the Falcons, the Atlanta. This is the Matt Ryan MVP year.
Yeah.
Patriots go there. It's the year where the Patriots have the all-time comeback.
27-0.
Yeah. And Jordy Nelson, who's our number 1 receiver at the time, has broken ribs playing in the game. And I think the whole team catches the flu going in. So everybody's fucking like sick. And they all traveled. So
I thought that we had a defensive injury too.
yeah, we were hobbling into that game. We still got to the championship, but it was like Aaron Rodgers just threw us into our basket. So crushing, loss. It sucked.
Is Cardinals another one?
No, we lost to the Cardinals
In the second round of the
in the second round, and we looked like we were going to go to the NFC Championship. Like it was like a solid, and that Cardinals game was crazy.
We went into overtime.
We had 2 Hail Marys to get into overtime.
Yeah.
By was it Lazar? Was he on that
No,
team?
it was Rodgers to Rodgers.
No,
And then-
because
no,
the Rodgers
it
to
was
Rodgers was the line.
No,
one.
it was fucking short guy, Randall Cobb. Remember? Because it was the Hail Mary that literally it went over every person.
and he took a step back.
He just
no, that was the New York Giants game.
Okay, then it's Rodgers.
No, that's the Lions game. You forget how many Hail Marys he has.
Yeah, it was.
I'll show you after this game. It's not. It's neither of those. Because you don't. This doesn't get talked about that much. These double Hail Marys because we lost that game in overtime. Because Aaron Rodgers never gets on the field. It's the stupid fucking overtime rules that the first offensive touchdown wins. I'll show you after the game.
I almost guarantee that it's Rodgers because Rodgers caught multiple Hail Marys that year.
I think that it's the
Lazard's not on the team.
I know it's not him. It's this random receiver who
Tom Crabtree?
No, it's this random receiver that he was like really streaky, and he has 2 back-to-back like crazy catches that obviously they're like both like over 50 yards or like super long, and that's how we get to winning.
It's 106. So
let's finish it up.
Let's pray to the gods. Go Pack, go.
Hopefully the Saints win so we can get an easy track to the Super Bowl.
Quote unquote easy. It's still a hard game.
Yeah, I mean it's the NFC Championship game.
Yep.
It looks like the Packers are the best they've been in probably 8-9 years since the undefeated season.
I honestly think I'll say this. I think that it's genuinely one of the best offenses that we've seen in 10 years.
I would agree. It's
least.
very good. It's dynamic.
And it's probably one of the best offenses ever because it's in the hardest era of football.
Our running game is dynamic. It's crazy. We have
3 running backs that are all
incredible
studs.
Aaron Jones being like obviously the best one, but the other 2 are fucking great.
And all have their niches too. Like I think that AJ Dillon's just like fucking Jones a lot. Like he's a lot like Jones. But then you have Jamal Williams, who's just this head down, shoulder first fucking, and they all fight, dude. When they get tackled, like that play where fucking he like looks like he's falling and he puts his hand down.
Aaron Jones?
Yeah, and he just fucking spins it out, gets up and runs forward for the first.
Devontae Adams is looking like, well,
he's the best wide receiver in the league. And
for sure,
anybody that says otherwise, it's just their haters.
We're biased, but yeah, I would agree. Mm-hmm. And then fucking Aaron Rodgers just makes all of our receivers better.
Aaron Rodgers is looking good.
Okay, all right, we're out.
Peace out, cunts.
Pull up that video.